3, 2, 1. Geek podcast. Today is September 6th. My name is Adam, joined by my good friend Logan.
Hello.
What up? And dude, how's your week been?
Same old, pretty much.
Same old. You preparing for the storm?
And I'm sure you saw on my Facebook. Like I'm genuinely worried about this house.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Yeah, if it gets bad, you think you have somewhere close you can go to?
Yeah. I got family just up the street, so I'm good.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm planning on doing, just in case.
Yeah, because we're in a strange spot where, because I don't think they know what it's gonna do once it hits the Gulf. Like, it's still projected just to head straight into the Gulf, but they're not sure, like, is it gonna turn or what's it gonna do, but.
Every chart I looked at looked like it was going to hit Orlando somehow. So I was like, well, might as well, yeah.
It looks like that the eye is going to pass just south of Miami. Like, it doesn't look like it's going to actually technically make landfall in Florida, but it's going to be big enough that it's going to hit most of the state anyway.
Oh, okay. I guess all the different charts I was looking at looked like it was going right up Florida.
Yeah, I had seen them too, but I think I saw something on the Weather Channel website where it was like it was headed straight into like the middle of the Gulf.
Oh, okay.
I'll check again real quick, but I'm pretty sure, because I know it's been kind of all over the place. Like, they haven't been exactly sure where it's headed exactly.
Yeah. I see it's a Category 5.
Yeah, shit.
I've been seeing a lot of... I hate using fake news as a phrase, but I've seen a lot of people in Florida get scared from websites like... There was one like sonsofliberty.org, GeoCities, blah, 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 where it was like, it's a... the Weather Channel thinks it's a Category 6 and all this other stuff, and... trying to get people riled up, but I see it's a 5, so definitely cause for concern. So
yeah, that's bad. I mean, Florida. Yeah. Even I got kind of jaded down there because you're like, oh, it's a Category 2, whatever. Right. But once it hits like 3, 4, then you're like, oh, this is for real. But a 5 is like, yeah, go get water, go get canned goods. Be sensible. Like, Please, nobody duct tape yourself to the side of the house for kicks this time. Just don't be Florida for a change. Can we do that?
And talk to your neighbors. You might have an elderly neighbor that's not really aware of what's going on, or doesn't have the ability to go to the store to get water or something like that. So this is the time where you really should be neighborly and talk to your community to see if there's any way you can help somebody. Make sure that you know where to go in case of an emergency and stuff like that. We saw what happened with Houston and just how devastating that was, and the storm looks like it could cause some serious damage too. So just get out there, talk to people. Now's the time, if you're listening to this and you're in this area at all, to make sure you're getting supplies now. Don't wait, because by this time it's probably going to be hard to find water. I imagine we got it a few days ago, thankfully, and it was spare pickings. Go to stores that you don't think of, like Ace Hardware and stuff like that. Everyone's running to the grocery stores, but those other kind of stores have the same thing as well.
I think I think up here, and not just Florida, but like especially keep an eye on, like, if this thing turns. Because I know they're worried about, is it going to stay like on this track and cut up through Louisiana and head through the south, or is it going to head west and hit Texas again, which just, I mean, god damn.
That's the last thing they need. Yeah.
But everybody just keep an eye on this thing, and if you're anywhere in the area, like I know up here, like I'm thinking we're probably gonna go and get stuff maybe later today. We're we're all right up here, but it never hurts, and because especially with a 5, like it's not just gonna like, oh, it's gonna clip Florida and lose strength. Like these things, this is gonna ride for a while. So no matter where it hits, if you're in the path, it's gonna be rough, even a long ways away.
Oh yeah, this thing could easily come into the Gulf and then take a hard right through Tampa, right up north. So yeah, and that's usually kind of what it does, right? It usually narrowly misses Tampa somehow, but it just goes right up Florida.
Yeah,
it could go to any of these southern states.
Yeah, I think that was what was it, Charlie? That's what Charlie did a handful of years ago.
Yep, it just was like, I'm going in the Gulf. Nope, psych, right through Florida. It could go to Louisiana, it could go to Alabama, it could go to any of these states, Texas, so just bunker down, be safe, get some good podcasts to listen to. Get your batteries, get your Switch, everything all charged, and just be prepared because it's going to be a doozy, I think. But yeah, man, so you just been hanging out all week, just working?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, same here. I had some time off early this week because my brother came into town, so that was fun.
Nice.
Always good to. And I got to meet his girlfriend's family for the first time because they're from New Jersey, so that was fun. Her brother's a geek like us, so turn him on to the podcast. He might have already been listening though, because I think Kyle, my brother told him about it. But yeah, it's always fun to, you're speaking to a whole new family. So you got, you're on your P's and Q's and you're trying to put on your, your best self, because you don't want to embarrass your family member, right? I don't want to embarrass my little brother. But when I started talking about some of the stuff that I'm into or that I do, me and him spoke the same language. You know what I mean? Nice. And I like how he's described it like that. He's like, oh yeah, we're speaking the same language here, because he's like, I'm an internet kid, and it was just funny to like, oh okay, now I can relax a little bit. This kid's just like us, so it was funny. He just turned 21 too, so he was having fun.
Nice.
Oh yeah, yep. But yeah, no, just hanging out. I've been playing kind of the same games I have been. Mario Rabbids have been fun. The XCOM game, Battlegrounds, StarCraft, all the same stuff that I've been playing the last few weeks. I subscribed to WoW again. Don't know why. I'm crazy. There's a new patch that is pretty much an expansion. They open up another planet. So I don't know. It's been fun. I think we're just getting ready for Destiny, right?
Yeah. We'll be playing it by the time this airs for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to work a little bit while this is airing, but I got the second half of the day off, and I'll be diving in.
Nice.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I need to see if they do it. Go ahead. No, go ahead, man.
No. I wanted to give a shout out to one of our listeners, Mark. He's going to be streaming. He's a good friend of mine. He's on Twitch as just_FL. So make sure you check out his stream. He'll be doing it all week long.
Nice.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe we should jump on Twitch too or something for this. But I see I'm weird though, because I like to play these kind of games just just soak in the story at first.
Yeah.
So, but he's really wanting to get into streams and stuff like that. So I told him I'd give him a shout out here. So make sure you check out his Twitch. It's just_FL.
Nice.
Oh yeah. And dude, it's been getting. We're gonna talk about it later, but I'm excited, dude. Polygon, IGN, all of them are just this is Destiny. This is what the first game should have been.
Nice. And
what was promised. So, but we'll get all into that later in the show when we kind of got a big segment where we're just kind of dive into Destiny, what it meant to us, the whole experience. It's really, to me, the sentimental PS4 game where community came out of, if that makes sense. Kind of like Xbox had its Halo. I think Destiny was this generation's Halo for sure. And we'll get into all that later. I after the news and whatnot. But I think that'll be fun. Let's see here. Let's just get into the movie news here. You take it right off the top here.
Yeah, so Michael K. Williams had been cast in some role. I don't know if we ever found out what in the Han Solo film. And while they're back doing reshoots and everything, they found out he had scheduling conflicts, so he couldn't make the reshoots. So they had to recast him. Always very sad, especially after however much work had already been done. But they decided to get this guy that I don't know if a whole lot of people are familiar with. His name's Paul Bettany.
The Vision.
So they've got... so the Vision is now crossing universes as well as phasing through walls.
Oh, yeah.
But good choice. You know, it sucks that had to happen.
Right.
But I mean, it's, you know, hopefully there's no ill will, and maybe they'll keep him in mind to use in a future project. I hope. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, that's I love Michael Williams. I love whenever I see him and stuff. That sucks. You know. Yeah, I definitely hope that he's, you know, on the list whenever they cast for another one of these things.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch The Wire?
I saw the first episode a while back. It's on the list. Like because pretty much everything HBO's ever done is on the list because it's all so good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was this character called Omar. Yeah.
Yeah, he was Omar.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying, yeah, he was Omar. Yeah, that one. I was like, I know that, and I remember Stringer, and like that's it. Like that's the extent of my Wire knowledge. Yeah.
Oh man, he was good in it. He was so good. So it's a shame, man. He would have been great in that. But you know, hopefully they got his eyeballs on him. So, and being so busy isn't a bad thing. You know, he's like, hey, I got scheduling conflicts. That's better than not having them. So
right.
But yeah, that stinks. We got some Joker news here. Apparently Warner Brothers is rumored to want DiCaprio to star in the origin film.
And that, I think, is why they got Scorsese to produce.
Yes.
I think that's exactly why, because they wanted his pull. I think the idea was they wanted DiCaprio. So how do we get him? Well, let's get Scorsese to work on this project.
If we're going to get a Scorsese-produced Leonardo DiCaprio Joker film, I'm back on board.
I'm hands down back on board, absolutely.
Yes.
And I wouldn't have been hyped about this if we hadn't seen him in Django Unchained.
Oh, yeah.
That to me was like, oh, because I could go back and see that performance and like, oh, I can see where he could work from there and put a very convincing Joker together. No doubt.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, he could totally do it. Man, I would love like a Scorsese directed Joker film with Leonardo DiCaprio. That would be another level, you know.
Like a DC version of Goodfellas. Like that winds up spiraling even more out of control. Like that would absolutely work. Hell yeah.
You want your Oscar for comic book? I mean, we already got it with the the Dark Knight or whatever, but oh man, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here, you take this next one.
Okay, so I saw a picture of they're looking at a couple of different people to star in Shazam, and this is just rumor from what I can tell. But the picture had Joshua Sass or Sassy, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it, the guy who was the lead in Gallivant. It was on ABC. And then in the middle it had Shazam, and on the third side it was just blank. And I didn't get it. And I'm going to let that joke sit for a second, because the other guy they were looking at is John Cena.
Yeah, man, and imagine Shazam in the movie with The Rock.
Oh, man, God.
John Cena.
Hey, we get Cena Rock
Shazam.
3 and Shazam. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I am in day one, just done. That's it. That's all, that's... That you tell me John Cena and The Rock are starring in a Shazam Black Adam film where they're fighting each other. That is, Oh my God! Please somehow get Vince McMahon in that movie as a cameo. Please get Vince McMahon in that film. Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Throw Drax in there somehow.
Oh my God! Yeah, just a quick clip of just him watching the news and just looking at it, and then like looks over at a poster, and you can kind of see WrestleMania on the poster, and you can tell it's from like their once in a lifetime thing.
Right, like this is not photoshopped. Should be at the bottom. If you think about it, it's kind of perfect because Shazam is a boy playing a man, and I could see John Cena as a boy playing a man.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
his look kind of looks like when I see John Cena's look, and it's just only probably because I see all the kids, the WWE fans wearing the stuff.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That's crazy logic, and it doesn't make much sense, but that's how it makes sense to me because I'm like, I could totally see him goofing like I'm a boy inside of a man's body all of a sudden, and how do I act? You know what I mean? I could see him doing that.
Could you just imagine the Super Cena meme would take on an entirely different dimension?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It would go nuts.
This is too perfect. I have to imagine the people at Warner Brothers, the Warner Brothers are just like, this is kind of the perfect storm. We have The Rock, insanely popular. We have John Cena, which is insanely popular to a lot of people. He does have that crossover appeal, I think. Yeah, dude, this would be incredible. And I think people, even if they weren't a fan of him or didn't think he could act, they would want to just see they'd just want to see this, like what this comes.
Yeah.
Because honestly, it can't be worse than Suicide Squad or any of that other stuff. So I think that would be amazing.
No, I'm with you. Like, I don't think this is a terrible idea. It sounds outrageous when you just talk about it. You're like, hey, and John Cena's gonna play Shazam, and cue the immediate like knee-jerk freak out. But you make some really good points there. Like, he could absolutely nail this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it'd be great. Sign me up. Dude, we're gonna get a DiCaprio Joker and a Cena Shazam and a Rock Black Adam. Yes, that sounds great. That sounds fantastic.
What's next? I can't even fathom, like, what do we have next?
I don't know. I think we're coming up on a break though. We gotta take a quick break. When we get back, we'll get into some more movie news. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. We'll see y'all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. And before break, we talked a little bit about John Cena possibly being Shazam, which is insane.
I had a quick John Cena story.
Yeah.
So this is how much I'm so happy with my girlfriend, because we were watching Friends for like the 5th time now, and at some point Ross makes a crack about the woman he's dating is a doctoral candidate in archaeology, paleontology, whatever, studying the Cenozoic era. And I'm just letting it go by. It's just background noise to me. And from my left, I hear her say, "Yeah, but you can't see that era." And
wow.
And it was so out of the blue. Like, I didn't even see that coming at all.
Wow.
And it dropped me for like a minute. I thought, wow, I am so proud.
That's great. That's funny.
But it was just like, oh my God, she actually made that joke.
Oh yeah. That's great. Oh man. Whew. All right, where are we at here? Let's see. We got some Batman news. THR is reporting the rumors will suggest Affleck will not star in the standalone film.
No,
Hollywood Reporter.
Yeah. Nobody knows what the hell's going on with this movie. Nobody knows. No. Nobody reporting on it knows what's going on. Everybody has rumors or reports or mumblings or musings or tarot card readings, but whatever the hell it is, like, I don't know, and I don't even know if Warner Brothers knows what the hell is going on with this movie.
I think it's all up in the air right now. Like I said, once they started talking about like Affleck just not being in it, that's more and more I believe we are going to see a Batman in a Batman universe that is still somehow connected, but it's its own thing. Just like we were talking about the Flashpoint Batman. I think this because if it takes place after Flashpoint, and let's say we're introduced to Batman's dad in the alternate universe playing Batman in the Flashpoint universe movie or whatever. That sounded really confusing. It didn't come out right, but I'm just going to keep going, power through it. If we see Batman's dad in the Flashpoint movie, and then the Batman movie after that stars him, that would make sense. They'd be like, okay, we're going to tell the story of the guy that was in this movie, as a side character.
Sure.
That's how it would be connected to the overall story, but not connected to the Batman we know.
Unless at the end of the Flashpoint movie, the new universe that we see at the end of the Flashpoint movie has a new Batman.
That's true. That's absolutely true. Yeah, let's say Flashpoint happens and then things get shuffled up and then suddenly we're getting a new Batman, and so that would make audience go, okay, it's not it's not Affleck, so it's whatever this actor is.
Right.
Yeah, I could see that. I hope they don't do that like every time there's a shakeup. Like, we got to figure out how to change the universe to make sense. I would be okay with them doing the way the old Batman movies did, where it was just like, it's a new actor. You guys are smart enough to know this. Just go along with it. Right.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. I have no problem with that. Make like a quirky little joke about it if it happens on occasion. Like they did in Iron Man 2. When they had Cheeto come in and Downey just kind of looked at him like, you? He's like, it's me. I'm here. Deal with it. Done. There you go. It worked in the story, and it was also a fun little aside of like, oh yeah, he's been recast, but just fucking get over it.
Right, exactly.
So,
something different, something's off about you.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's it. That's all you need. That'd be perfect. So yeah, we'll see. Only time will tell. The Crow reboot picked up by Sony and reportedly back in full development.
Yeah, it was over at, I think it was like Relativity Media or something. It was there for like a decade, and it just sat. Yeah. I know they had talked about like Jason Momoa was attached to star in it, and I think it had a director or a writer or something. But all of that, like, I think all of that's been scrapped, and and they've kind of gone back to the drawing board on it. But it's something that they're gonna actually start moving forward with.
Could The Crow be? I don't know. Is there anyone that wants The Crow movie?
I think you could do this. Yeah. I think that it's a small enough cult following, because it's not a huge. There are so many bigger cult movies, like so many things because I'm thinking of something like Fight Club, which is bordering on mainstream, even though it's not really mainstream. It has that weird kind of space, and there's a lot of movies like that. I don't think that The Crow hits that level of popularity. I think it's got people who saw it, and then it's got people who were big fans, and then it's got Sting, and then you've got, I think you can get away with a reboot. Sure, I definitely think you can.
Yeah, I just see Sting every time.
Yeah,
I just see Sting. The Sting, what they did with Sting made it look even better than the Two Little Lines.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. Like, I loved when Sting did. Like, at first I think he had the two lines, and then when he got, the character evolved, it had multiple lines all over the eyes, and I thought that looked sick. Yeah, I don't know. In 2017 Crow, like, just like in 2017, I don't see like. Oh, what were those vampire movies that were super, like Underworld and stuff like that? Like, that kind of stuff. It's not popular right now.
Well, but I mean, here's the thing. My problem with Underworld and Resident Evil were very much the same like that.
Yeah.
I think the problem was they were, like that style. When the first Underworld came out, it was that era. It was like early mid 2000s, right? Like that thing worked at that time because everything was Matrix and long coats and all that stuff. But those movies never evolved. They never changed. They kept the exact same tone for 15 years. I think you can do a Crow reboot, and it has to be it can't be a remake. It's got to be a reboot, totally. And in today's, you can do it today in the right style, but you do have to change that style. It can't be 2001 all over again.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah,
just,
no, I could see this being on Netflix. No?
Yeah. I don't know. I think you try to make a big. I think that if you try to go big budget on this,
I think it would bomb.
Yeah.
At the movies.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, look at what we had. Death Note that just came out on Netflix, and even though like people are shitting on it, I'm still gonna check it out.
Yeah.
It's there. I'm paying the monthly fee. It seems to going to the movie theater is driving there, putting down $12, buying popcorn or drinks if you want to. And to me, I would rather go see like Spider-Man or the bigger pictures, or like the ones that like are Oscar worthy. We're like, oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. The Crow, it's like the middle of the line movies are dying out.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make it sense to a lot of people to go when you could go see something big and outrageous, or something that's going to make you feel something.
Yeah. But even the big movies aren't driving. I mean, this summer was not great.
Yeah, but but those are the films that people are going to see. They're either going to see the big blockbuster action films or the indie films that are going to get that Oscar buzz because they're going to make you feel a certain way. I don't know. Maybe we talked a little bit about this, and maybe we should bring it up here. The MoviePass.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is something that I'm just super interested in. If you go to like MoviePass.com, now this isn't advertising for them or anything, but it's an interesting concept that it's $9.95 a month. You get to go to you can go on their website and put in your zip code and see what movie theaters around you are accepting it. For example, the big ones around me, Regal, AMC, all of that are all accepting it. Even the smaller ones are too.
For now, AMC is none too happy about this.
They're not, but if you think about it,
yeah,
it seems too good to be true. But there's no blackout dates. It's any movie in the theater, any day, and you can go use this pass to go watch a movie. So it's $9.95 a month. So it's kind of like the thought process is the Netflix model, where you just pay a flat fee for the month, and you can see one movie a day. Any movie at that theater. And I think that would drive more people to the theater.
And the thing is, and the weird thing about how I don't understand like AMC's logic on why they don't, their thing is like, hey, this thing is just gonna fail, and that's gonna make people not want to go to theaters anymore. I think that's just a boneheaded train of thought. I think it's
so dumb of a thought process.
And here's the thing. What you do, you sign up for MoviePass, and they will send you what's basically like a prepaid card. Yeah. And when you got to activate it, and it takes a couple of weeks for it to get here. Like I still don't have mine yet. It should be here this week sometime. But you go to the theater, and you open up the MoviePass app, and you check in at that theater and say, I'm going to see this movie. And then it loads your card with the balance of the ticket. So the theater is making the money on the ticket. They're not taking a loss on this. Right. They are making their money. And then, you go see the movie and you will buy concessions. And here's another thing. With your not spending your money out of pocket on that ticket every time, you're more likely to buy concessions. Maybe you're like me, you always get concessions. I always get large popcorn, large drink. I just can't do movies without it. I can't do it. But now you didn't have to spend the money on the ticket. Maybe you get some candy too. Maybe you get one extra add-on or something, or maybe you you
get a beer,
right? So I think this just helps theaters, and if this business does crater, which is possible because it's a business and every business could, it's not gonna suddenly destroy the movie industry. Like this,
No.
it's a thing that happened, and people are going to be bummed for like a month, and then Avengers whatever is going to come out, or the next Star Wars, wherever we are at the time, and everything's going to go right back to normal, just going to go right back to how it was. It's not going to kill you.
This is going to have way more people in the seats, I think.
Sure, and here's the other thing is that I think this is going to be a lot like a gym membership, in that so many people are going to have it, and they're going to forget to go. Like, you're going to pay $10 a month, and maybe you go once, maybe twice a month. Not everybody's going to be me. As soon as I get this thing, I'm going every goddamn day. I'm going to see every movie, and you can only see... I forget exactly the limit, because, like, I know it's one movie per day, but then I think... And I know it's also, like, only standard def. Like, you can't do it for, like, IMAX or 3D movies.
Right.
But there's they have e-ticketing as a possibility if your place does it. It's absolutely worth checking out. And I'm looking forward to it, because I know I'm going to get my money's worth out of it. You go to the movie twice.
Oh, dude. I'm seeing Star Wars every day in December.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I'm still gonna go and see the big IMAX one, or the whatever one that I want to see in the crazy great, the Dolby Digital, whatever. I'm still gonna pay for those tickets because I'm gonna want to see it in those. And this is perfect, obviously, for people like us. This is a no-brainer. But I think once the public finds out about it, because it's still brand new. Well, and that's the thing. I wish it would have came out.
Well, here's the thing. It did come out a couple of years ago, but it was at like $30 or $50 a month, so nobody really gave a shit. And,
okay.
Yeah, and then like 3 weeks ago, they dropped the price to $10 a month, and the internet just blew up.
Yes, yeah. I think once this has become once you start seeing commercials for it, that's when it's going to be giant. That's when people are going to go, wait, $9.95 a month to see a movie a day at my local theater? Oh my God, I'm getting one for me and all my kids. Just think about that. Like, that's going to be great.
Yeah, I think that done right, this thing takes off, because again, I think that maybe most people go once, maybe twice a month.
Right, yeah, exactly. That's more than most people. Most people see like 3 or 5 movies a year.
Yeah.
In the theater.
Yeah, they go to the big ones, and that's it. They'll go see whatever's Marvel. Maybe they'll go see whatever's DC. They'll go see Transformers, and then they'll go see Star Wars. And that's pretty much it.
And they might see a romance rom-com every once in a while, for date night.
Yeah, date night, exactly.
Right. So but them going like, I have this pass, and there's like 3 or 4 films out there that I might have been on the fence about normally. This would make me go see The Crow in the movie theater.
Yeah.
This would be a no-brainer. This would be like, all right, why not? Let's go get some popcorn and go watch it on the big screen. Like, I think that's great. I think, I think this might, just be beneficial for the movie theaters instead of they think it's gonna somehow crash it. I don't think so. I think this would be great. It'll get them in the seats, especially if like the mom and pop ones. I hope it goes to smaller theaters
the marquee right down the street from me has it.
Perfect. See, there you go. That's gonna get more people in there. More people need to hear about that because we want the movie theater business to thrive. Yeah, and I think maybe that's why AMC is scared, because someone can go just down the street instead of driving, all those miles away to go to AMC. They can go to something local down the street.
Well, but I mean, that's like around here. If you're gonna go to the movies, then you're just gonna go to Marquee. The only reason to drive to Charlotte or Hickory is for like an IMAX or a 3D. Like, that's right. Like anything else, you're not going to, I'm not going to drive to Charlotte just to see something at an AMC. Sorry, I love AMC, but it's an hour drive just to go to an AMC. No, I'll take 10 minutes and go down the street. Now, if I'm going to do IMAX or something, then yeah, I'll make the trip because it's worth it. But this, I think this is only a good thing. I I hope
Yeah.
MoviePass can make its money off of this. And I know
Right.
they're going to have to do it by selling ad space and all that stuff. And I wish him the best because I think this is going to be awesome. And as soon as that card gets here, I'm going to wear it out. It's going to be like that scene in Rocko's Modern Life when he takes his credit card to the mall and he uses it so much it melts. That's going to be my MoviePass card. They're going to have to send me a new one because it's like, I wore it out. You've had it for 2 weeks. I know.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen 14 movies. What do you want from me?
Yeah. Right.
How did you do that? There aren't 14 movies out. Well,
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, there's a ton of things out right now that I would want to see. What's that one where it's like the redneck? What's that movie?
Logan Lucky. You really can't remember the film with my name in it. Seriously, shame on you.
Yeah. But like films like that I would be like, if I had to pass my hands right now, I'd be go seeing it tomorrow.
Yeah, and with the cast like what it has, I mean, it's kind of nuts. Man, Channing Tatum was at the gas station a block from my house a couple weeks ago, dancing with the clerk. They've been doing little guerrilla promotional stuff around this area because it's a NASCAR themed kind of film. So they've been doing that kind of stuff around here. Oh yeah, it was a whole big thing of paper and everything. It was great.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, no, that's cool. Well, we're coming up to a break. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. And I think we touched all the movie news before the break. Man, yeah, I can't wait for that MoviePass to get here. Whew.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a lot more movie reviews.
That's the truth.
Hell yeah, man. Let's see here. Let's just jump into some TV news. You go ahead and take this first one here.
Yeah, so Brenton Thwaites, who is apparently in the latest Pirates of the Caribbean movie, which I did not see, has been cast in the Titans TV show as Dick Grayson.
Hey, we got a Dick Grayson. Awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, and I don't know who the kid is, but he looks like he could definitely play Dick Grayson. Which is awesome.
Yeah, like I'm looking forward to it. I'm just
Is this going to be on an app?
Yes, it is. It's going to be because Warner Brothers and DC are doing their own little network app thing.
Is it cost money?
Yeah, it's going to be a subscription. I think. We haven't seen a lot of details about it, so I don't know what it'll be yet.
Gotta get the CBS for Star Trek. Gotta get this for Titans. Ay, Dios míos. Oh, we'll see. I hope it's good. Yeah. What can you say?
Well, I mean, we're getting that. We're getting Young Justice Season 3. Like, I don't know. This one might actually be worth it. I'm still not sold on the CBS app.
That's the other thing I didn't mention because I'm embarrassed about how many games I've been playing. But I've been playing that Stellaris mod, New Horizons, the Star Trek one.
Yeah.
Where it changes everything in the game to be Star Trek. So, like, oh man, it's hard to explain. There's just so much involved with it. With like how many different races and everything there are. It's absolutely insane. Let me pull it up real fast.
Yeah.
Basically, hold on. I don't know where it's at. Oh, that's going to take forever. Okay, I can't pull it up right now.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it last week, like that it was a thing, but I didn't know if I don't think you talked about like you'd been playing it a lot or anything.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let me pull it up real fast.
Right. Yeah,
there we go. Star Trek New Horizons. Yeah. So, basically, you've seen all of Next Generation, right?
More or less.
Okay. Let me see your Steam. Let me pull it up. Sorry. Okay, so it's got. Let me pull up the. Yeah. Okay, here we go. It's got unique static galaxy maps, including several built-in low-end PCs. Blah, 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 blah. 70-plus pre-scripted Star Trek canon races with animated portraits. That's what blew me away. In Star Trek Next Generation, there's a race of people that only spoke with, like, Dunmark and do you know what do you remember that episode where the captain was stranded with that alien, and he had to speak his language.
You just described like half of all of Star Trek, man.
Oh God, this was a super popular one. I should have had this prepared. I'm so sorry.
That's right. I'm sure a lot of people know what you're talking about. More than I kind of watched. I know I saw most of it, but God, it's been so long.
He was Talmarian.
Sure.
And they're known for the unique language which is spoken entirely in allegory, referencing mythological or historical people and events from their culture.
Okay, well that's interesting. It's different for sure. Points for creativity.
Oh yeah. So all the Star Trek people listening, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, there was like just the dumb mark in the walls, or the walls have fallen. I don't know. It's just something from Star Trek Next Generation that is stuck with people. That episode. But anyway, I digress. That's what blew me away, was that you could play this game as that race of people that were like in one episode that I remember. I'm sure they were in a lot more of the other series, but that was the one that stuck out in my mind. I was like, can you play as that race? I looked it up. Bam, he's there with all of his races information and all this detailed stuff. But I've been playing a lot of that, and it's such an awesome game. So sorry, I digress. We'll get back on track here. But it's making me excited for the Star Trek TV show.
Nice.
It's kind of what I was getting around to. But yeah, it's man, because have you seen the trailer for the new trailer for it?
Yeah, I did. I was underwhelmed.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Trek guy.
Okay.
I'll watch it for sure, and if it catches my interest, then awesome. Like, I'm not averse to it. I'm not super stoked about it.
I think it's interesting. It's going to be TVMA.
Well, it's not on actual broadcast TV, so like they can show blood basically.
But that's what, I think this is going to be more. Apparently, it's set in the regular Star Trek universe, not the J.J. Abrams universe, correct?
Okay, sure.
So I think it's set in that timeline, and I think it is. And it's going to be interesting because usually Star Trek is more about discovery and stuff and not about like violence or anything. So I don't know. I think the EMA just means there's going to be a lot more action, and that's it. I don't think it's going to get crazy, but I think they put that there just so that they can do crazy deaths and stuff like that if they want to.
Yeah, I mean, because you can get away with a lot before you hit TVMA. I mean, you can get away with a hell of a lot.
Absolutely. And it's got the girl from Walking Dead, so the more I see it, the more I'm like, okay, I want this to work, but I hate that they put it behind an application and not on television. So there's that. So that was my random video game reference, and I won't even get into the Battlestar Galactica game I've been playing because I'll talk about that next week. Oh, it's so good. Damn it. Total Biscuit and his first looks. But anyway, let's get into more TV news. We got some Star Wars Rebel news. The final season was given premiere date of October 16th with a 1 hour episode.
Yeah. Did you see the trailer?
I did. It looks cool. A lot of Rogue One references. Looks awesome. The wolves keep running around. I heard a lot of rumors that people think it's like Ahsoka.
Yeah, and every official everything has even the official Star Wars Twitter account tweeted a thing of not Ahsoka.
Right.
This is not what happened, guys. Just chill the fuck out.
Right, she's anamorphed into a wolf. Who knows? Maybe it's her essence is, I don't know. Who knows? Anything could happen.
Yeah.
I don't think Ahsoka. I mean, I'm pretty sure even the creators is that's not the last Ahsoka story. That's not the end of her.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. Yeah, man, I'm not in full Star Wars mode yet. It's not, it's September. I imagine by next month I will be. Did you see that they had the biggest Lego set ever released?
It was huge. It was the Falcon. and it was
the Falcon.
And it was what, like how many tens of thousands of pieces?
Yeah, let's look it up here.
It was ungodly. Like I saw this thing and I was like, oh, like this puts like, because I think like the Death Star had been like the biggest one before that.
Yeah,
I think
7,541 pieces.
Jeez.
And you can get it for $800. The thing is, if you hold on to it and don't open it up, in a few years that will be $5,000 at least. Because right now the one that was sold, not the last. Because this is the ultimate collection one. This is the one where the Lego pieces, like the minifigs, are what do you call it? It's equivalent to real life, as if they were filming them with the real Millennium Falcon.
Right.
So so by size, the Millennium Falcon is the same size it would be up to those minifigs. So
right, it's to scale.
The scale, yes, exactly. It's 1-to-1 with them. And yeah, so for $800, that's a ton of money, dude. That is a nice freaking 4K television you can have in your house. This is obviously for the diehard Lego Star Wars collectors, and definitely out of my budget range, or else I'd be getting it.
Yeah, that's my rent and a car payment and my electric bill. Like, I'm gonna have to pass on that. But my hat's off to anybody. Like, there's a live stream I want to see. I will, honest to God, sit and watch. Get like 4 or 5 people around to put this thing together and break it down. You could honestly find a fun little YouTube series to make out of this. That's not
dude, there's so many Lego channels out there.
Oh, are there? But see, then there you go.
Oh, that's a whole genre of YouTube.
I believe it.
Is people putting Legos together and then showing it off, and oh yeah. Well, there's a whole section of YouTube that does toys. Actually, one of the biggest channels on YouTube behind PewDiePie is a kid who just opens up toys, because you gotta imagine what's up. Yeah, unboxing. You gotta imagine there's a lot of kids out there, just like if YouTube existed when I was a kid. I didn't get all these toys, so it'd be cool to go online and be like, I wonder what that looks like outside of the box and stuff like that. It'd make me crazy jealous, but hey, that's a whole section of YouTube, and Lego's a part of that section where they unbox it and they look at it and they review it, and they speak their own language. The Lego sets people. I'm sure I butchered a million things, like it's Lego, not Legos, kind of different. Yeah. It's minifigs, not like they have their own language, which is awesome. Every gamers have their own language too. You say frag to somebody, they're probably not going to know what the hell you're talking about.
Right.
But yeah, so I don't know, it's cool. It's a giant Lego set. They had a whole bunch of other stuff for the Force Friday. Did you see any of it?
It was God.
A lot of these Porg things that I guess are in the new movie.
I think because they're adorable, man.
Yeah. A lot of the old school fans are like, ugh, those are the new Ewoks and Gungans.
Oh,
like, let's see the movie first. Like, come on.
Like, here's a thing that's like, oh, it's a cute little furry penguin that's really tiny. Great. It's a way for them to sell like little plush figures and stuff. Like those things, right. Even if they don't fly in the movie, they are going to fly off the shelves because they're adorable. And
right, like, you're just finding out now that Star Wars is marketable. Like they're trying to merchandise things. Right. Like, oh, baby, you're in for a long ride. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like get out of here. Obviously it's, they look like little penguin things, and I imagine they'll be in the film and they'll be running around, and they'll who knows, maybe one will jump on the Falcon or something.
Right.
But I don't think it's going to be the, I think we're pretty curious about the Skywalker story.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have, like, the Porg War here. Like, we're not going to see, like, they're not going to get involved in anything. They're going to be fun little side things. They're going to be cute. And they may have some small relevance of, like, oh, why this island? Well, you see, aside from the isolation, these creatures here are some kind of mildly force-sensitive in a way that's cute. Like, that's how they fly. Their wings don't make them fly, but they get a run and jump, and they flap their wings and use the Force a little bit, and that's how they can glide and shit. Like, that's cool. That's fine. I have absolutely zero problem with that.
Now we're saying all this. Watch that in the movie.
I swear to God, if they
watch that, it's like 90 minutes of this porg running around, and we're just like, God damn it! What happened? What happened?
You see, we had originally filmed this entire training montage with Ray, but we heard this one smartass on a podcast.
Right, exactly. Yeah, see, if Lucas was still in charge, then I'd be a little worried, but he's not.
Yes.
Right, it's just a marketing ploy. We're gonna have our Chewie, we're gonna have our C-3PO. Like, it's gonna be fun. And the porgs are just gonna be this cute little thing that it's gonna get kids in, and they're gonna be like, that's adorable, and I want to buy a bunch and put them on my bed. Like, that's all that is. I'm interested in seeing with like, just the whole Skywalker thing, and you know, fucking Goldilocks. Did you see like how gold he was, the Supreme Leader Snoke or whatever? Yeah, that design I don't like. I don't like how he looks like Goldmember from Austin Powers.
Yeah, a little bit there.
Yeah, but we'll see. The red. Did you see the guys all in red?
Yeah, the upgraded Praetorian Guard kind of.
Yeah, those look cool.
They look actually badass. Like the ones we saw in Jedi were I mean, they were great ceremonially, but they looked just like that. They looked like they were just chess pieces. They didn't look like they moved. Yeah, these guys look like, oh shit, you better run. Like, they are not the ones you want. Like, stormtroopers, fine. The death troopers, okay, now you got problems. But if you see some of these guys coming, you better run, because they look like an elite squad. They really do.
Oh yeah, and it looks like we got an evil BB-8.
I know, but he still looked cute.
He still looked cute, so that's going to be interesting.
But I mean, it makes sense, you know. I mean, we know that the Empire, of course, has droids, so it would stand to reason that there would be.
Well, they know that they saw him.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes is someone to see them and go, okay, we need to make that.
Yeah.
Because I remember in the first one they were saying like, he's one of a kind, blah blah blah. So I imagine when the Empire saw that rolling around, they're like, oh, let's do that. Let's make that. Well, that's awesome.
You know, I mean, you could have probably arguably said the same thing about R2-D2 because of its color scheme. Maybe, you know, that could have been what they meant.
No, I mean, like I think in the first film and the one that
I know the line.
Oh, okay.
But it's I don't know. I don't think that meant like he was the only droid like that. I think it was more of a personality thing of like he's one of a kind, you know.
Oh, gotcha. I thought that's what I took it as.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they'll explain it. But that was how I took it. Was like he's he's one of a kind. It's like
Gotcha. Oh yeah, dude. I do want the Porgy the what do you call it, the pop figure or whatever.
Yeah, I just like everything about those things is cute. I don't care. Like if they were like, hey, we'll put this in the movie and we'll make them adorable and they'll sell a boatload of merchandise, you're damn right they will.
Oh yeah, it's basically like a penguin but a pug penguin.
It's a pugwin.
Yeah, exactly. And so like I saw the pops. There's 3 different kinds. One's with the mouth with like, you know, it looks like a sad face if you're drawing like a cartoon. The one with the mouth open, and then the one with the wings open. Like they've gone crazy.
And they're gonna sell all of them.
Oh yeah. I was looking at Mark Hamill's Twitter account when he was showing off the new toys. Like one of them, like half of his face is just like it's down.
Yeah, like it's melted. And I loved his joke about it. Was like, hey, you guys laugh, but I would kill to have this anomaly because it's gonna be worth so much money one day.
Oh, absolutely.
And he is bang on right about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we are coming up to a break. We still got a ton of TV news to talk about. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on N.FM, and we will see you all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on N.FM. And before the break, we talked about Star Wars Rebels and got into a little Star Wars talk. We got some True Detective news.
Yeah. They finally confirmed Season 3 is going to be a thing.
Yeah, awesome.
It's interesting. They've got Jeremy Saulnier directing. He did a thing called Green Room, which if you haven't seen it, it's kind of terrifying, especially nowadays, a little more so. It's basically have you seen it or heard about it or anything?
That's the one where like Patrick Stewart is like a white supremacist or something.
Yeah, it's like this band plays this little gig because they don't have enough gas money to get back. So they stopped at like this little like way in the woods like bar or roadhouse place or whatever. And they're like, yeah, it's a gig. Yeah, we know this place is shady as fuck, but we got to have some gas money. Right. And then after the gig, like everything starts going sideways real fast. And it's creepy. Right. And Patrick Stewart is creepy. Like he does creepy real well. It's terrifying. And you look at it and you think, oh, yeah, I get it. Sure. I believe that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I want to see it. Definitely.
It's on, I think it's on Netflix.
Oh, it is?
I think so, yeah.
Oh,
it's on something. I don't know if it's Netflix or like Amazon Instant, but I know it's streaming somewhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll check it out then. Absolutely. Yeah, it looks great.
But and interestingly, this is supposed to be the synopsis we got was that this is a case that's going to happen. It's like a decades long case, and it's going to happen in 3 different time periods, and it's going to be set in the Ozarks.
Oh,
which given the show on Netflix, I'm curious to see like what kind of parallels there might be or how different they might be. So,
what's going on there? Like, did they get some like?
I think it's just because people are tapped out.
Well,
you know, it could be, but yeah. I mean, it's the idea of like, well, where else? Because I mean, like everything's set in New York and L.A. or just random backwoods wherever. But
Miami.
You're right. Like people are looking at like, what are some other places? And I'm sure that this stuff is probably actually filmed in like Louisiana, where it's not actually in the Ozarks, because in Louisiana I know you get tax breaks out the ass. Like that's why North Carolina lost so much of their stuff, and stuff like this is why they should bring the incentives back, because we've got mountains, we've got woods, we've got beach. You know, I've banged on this drum before. You could film any kind of movie here. You've got the Outer Banks, you've got Raleigh and Charlotte, and then
they do, don't they? I mean, the Carolinas were the most filmed part of the country a few years ago, not too long ago.
Yeah, I mean,
outside of Hollywood.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean,
that's where they had all the Dawson's Creek and all the CW shows were filmed there.
Yep, One Tree Hill, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you know, they were like, hey, you know, we kind of can't give you tax breaks anymore because reasons. You know, that's a whole other thing. And the film companies went, okay, well, what do we do now? And Georgia and Louisiana went, we'll give you tax breaks, come here. And so everybody did. And we lost a shit ton of industry up here.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm telling you, man, like this is the kind of state where you do have everything. Like there's no reason not to do it. Especially if they're going to start setting things in more like alternative style locations like the Ozarks. Like nothing serious had ever been done somewhere like that, you know?
Right.
I mean, and I think this all kind of started with the Glades, because it was somebody who went, you know what would be an interesting show? Like a crime. Hang on, hear me out. It's a procedural. Oh, we already don't care. Wait. It's set in the Everglades. Huh. So like instead of, oh, we don't know why this drug dealer was shot, it's, hey, where did the license plate on this car go? Oh, an alligator ate it. Well, how did an alligator get hold of it?
Right.
So, you know, different locations, different ideas. Like this, I like that they're branching out. I hate that everybody seems to be branching out into the same place, though. But, you know.
Right, yeah. Ozarks is such a random place. Like, oh, man. Have you seen Ozark?
I haven't, but I want to. Like I keep hearing good things.
It's depressing. You got to be in the right mood. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a bit depressing. But it's like Breaking Bad, where just everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You hate that. But I like the idea of like all these things going different places, you know. And I mean, look at Far Cry. They decided, let's ditch the tropical nonsense or the whole like, where can we have a unique, completely isolated, batshit crazy story? How about just some random, totally isolated place in Montana where nobody lives and nobody goes, so nobody knows what the hell happens up there? Sure, why not?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Instead of like some random tropical island in the middle of the Pacific, they were like, hey, this is a giant country. We could do a lot through here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's so many opportunities, and I know it's business reasons where people film and everything, but just there's so many ideas and so many different places everywhere. I mean, how much stuff is set in like Vermont? With good reason or not, maybe. But, just I like seeing different stuff. So this idea of like, the Ozarks, which everybody kind of knows like as a joke, I think, but nobody really knows anything about. And they're like, let's start like setting stuff there. Maybe they don't film it there, but these are interesting stories up there because it's this place that not a lot of people know about. I'm down. I'm totally down. Let's do it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Jeez. Yeah. Ozark, crazy place to film stuff. We got. Let's see. What else we got here? Starsky and Hutch. Okay, so, like, did you did you ever see the old movie and then the remake?
I stayed very far away from the Starsky and Hutch remake because like I vaguely remember, like, I think I saw maybe like one episode of the old show. Like, I think maybe it was on TV Land or something way the hell on back when.
Oh yeah.
Or just some random. It might have been like a random local channel because I know they replay old stuff all the time.
Yes.
But I mean, it was in that era, when people do like shout outs to old cop shows or whatever with the giant mirrored sunglasses and the mutton chops and everything. Like this was that era.
Right.
And, and they've got James Gunn kind of producing this new. He's doing a new series at Amazon, and they're partnering with Sony to do it, and it's gonna be like a sequel series.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Man. Hey, look, there are worse hands it could be in.
Yeah.
And he's got
Amazon, great studio, Sony, good.
Yeah. And he's got his brother and his cousin helping to write on it, and they've worked with him before. So like if he does this in the same kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy vein with the humor and the idea of just kind of flipping all this on his head, then I could see this definitely working for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's great.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think it's great as an Amazon series. I think like that's the perfect kind of home for those.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah.
I got that Prime.
Yeah.
So
cool. Wasn't pilot season, like, isn't that still going on right now?
I think so. See, I don't normally turn on Prime, but hey, yeah, now that you just mentioned it, I'm gonna go check out the shows.
Yeah, I want to check some of them out. Like, I've always missed them, like, the last couple of years, but, like, now I'm gonna, like, I want to see it, because I'm kind of curious. Like, I think this is a great, because it's all kind of, like, fan metrics of, like, what gets picked up and what doesn't.
Oh, yeah. I'd love if Netflix jumped on that kind of method, too. Like, here's some pilots that try them out,
Yeah.
But
I'm all for it. And I'm sure they have like other it's not just like a pure fan vote kind of thing. I know they can't.
Right.
But
I'm sure they look at what gets watched, the reviews of what gets watched.
Yeah.
Critics reviews and, regular people, word of mouth, what's how many times someone hashtagged whatever.
The social media buzz too. Yeah, oh yeah.
Right, exactly. One thing I want to dive into, but I just haven't for the longest time because you're reading the show, is Narcos.
Yeah.
So I don't know Spanish, and so I'm just reading most of it. I never really I watched a few episodes of the first season. Everyone loves it. I think we all know the story. but the third season takes place after that. So that's what I'm interested in. But yeah, and that just started. I think it's like live right now.
Nice.
The third season of Narcos. Have you ever seen it?
I haven't, but I've always been curious. Like, it's always looked like if I was in the mood for something like super gritty, like that would be what I would go for.
Oh yeah, it is the rise of Escobar and his downfall. And the third season, well, you haven't seen, so I won't talk about it. But the third season kind of it still has to do with Escobar, but has a lot to do with a lot of other people.
Right.
And it's one of those. It's right up there with one of the best Netflix series. The only thing that like I said got me away was like I don't feel like reading, tonight or whatever. So it's one of those where you got to turn on when you're wide awake and you're ready to put it on the big screen.
Yeah.
And it's not like a lot of my Netflix stuff I like to watch in my room or whatever. I just turn it on and it's on the smaller screen, but with the words at the bottom, like I'm not doing this. I don't want to watch anime right now.
Right.
But that's a weird. I should have made that jump, but I think you get what I'm saying.
It's understandable though. Like that's
It's just sometimes I'd rather it dubbed. Because which sounds crazy, but yeah. I
can only do dubbed. I can't do.
But imagine if someone that would be a great funny thing to do. Is someone dubbed Narcos so you can play it over, and it's just in English.
Oh
but
my
God. It's an American actor speaking Spanish dubbed with the English voice actor.
Oh my God. Could you imagine the backlash though? Even if somebody did, like somebody like Honest Trailers or somebody like that just did like a mashup of like all those scenes from just like an episode and did that way. Oh my God. Like half of the people would think it was hysterical. Like us. We would look at that and go, oh my God, that's the funniest thing ever.
You get the joke.
Yeah. And the other half would look at it and be like, oh, what, you're too lazy to read subtitles and you're telling people they got to learn English, you can't learn Spanish.
Right.
Like it would be completely split, and that would be even funnier because it's like, no, this is the joke, man. Just chill.
It's like anime, we just dubbed it.
Right.
Yeah.
Get the
dubbed it for lazy people.
There you go. Oh my God, could you imagine bad lip reading in Spanish?
Right, exactly. That's the whole point. Is we would do it terribly. It would be completely different from what they're saying.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh man, that would be funny.
Okay, so I just found my next YouTube project.
Yeah, there you go. Dub Narcos in English. Narcos. I'm gonna put that on Facebook. Like, I wish there was a English version of Narcos.
There it is. Like, what the fuck?
Right. Oh man.
Whew.
But yeah. So anyway, Starchy and Hutch, not Husk. Jesus, that would be a crazy show though. Starchy and Husk. Maybe some monster or something.
All wheat and corn, like it's a vegetable show.
Right. Exactly. I don't know why, but I was thinking of the Jeepers Creepers villain. Bad guy.
Well, because it's all in cornfields and shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're finally doing a third one, I think.
Oh, really? I remember the first one. First one was great. I never saw I didn't know there was a sequel. I just remember them being stuck on a bus.
Yeah, that was the sequel. The sequel was not bad.
Then I saw the sequel then.
Yeah, that was the sequel. The first one was great.
Okay.
I love the first one. And the sequel was okay. It was.
I guess I've seen them both.
Yeah, it was not bad for like a horror sequel because usually those things just fall off a cliff.
Right.
But it was not terrible. And yeah, apparently they are doing or have done a third one. I thought I saw something the other day, and this may have been like just some fan art or something. So I'm gonna look.
No, everything we know about Jeepers Creepers 3.
Oh, sweet.
It's a real thing. Yeah.
Like I think it was supposed to be like it's only going to have like a very limited engagement of oh shit, there's a trailer up from like 6 hours ago. Well, I'll watch that on break then.
Yeah.
Nice. Damn. Okay. But yeah, like it's only going to have like a 1 day in theater thing. I thought I saw.
Just do Netflix. Come on.
Well, I mean, it gets it out there and everything. I think. Now, I may be very wrong here. Release Premiere September 14th. To later changed. A one-night only screening at select theaters on September 26th.
Okay.
So, like, it's their way of just like, hey, you know, this is another one of those kind of films that I think is in that kind of cult-ish category. Like, people who are really psyched about this, they'll get enough to do like a one-night screening. They can get away with that. I think that's fair and understandable.
Right.
And then it'll be, I guess it'll be VOD right after, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Now, I remember it had, like, Justin Long, the Dude You're Getting Adele guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. I'll definitely see that if it comes to one of these streaming services for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Oh, yeah, we got some Game of Thrones news. HBO announced 7 episodes behind-the-scenes series called The Game Revealed. Did you see this?
Yeah. I haven't seen the show yet because by now I think the first 2 episodes are out because they drop on Mondays.
Yeah.
I know and I think they dropped the first one like when they announced like, hey, by the way, we've done a behind-the-scenes series and here's the first episode. So I think they've got the first 2 out.
Yep.
And it's each episode is, I think, corresponds to an episode from this past season, because it's just a 7-episode behind the scenes series, and
I love that stuff.
That's really interesting. If they I don't know, like stuff like that can be really cool, and it can also be just super dry and boring, depending on presentation and the people. Some of it, like, sometimes they'll interview, and pick anybody, makeup, costume, even some of the sound people, and the interviews are just so boring. It happens. It doesn't happen a lot. It doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, it's just such a major bummer.
Right.
But,
yeah, no, it can be, definitely. But have you seen them? I liked it.
I haven't seen them yet, but I want to, because this looks like you can't be boring on this set. Like, I don't believe it.
No. Especially now that you're itching for more Game of Thrones, it's the perfect time to do it.
Oh yeah,
it's like
brilliant.
You're still in that mode to talk about it, and you're like, okay, let's just dive into how they made this thing. And I think it's made for people like me. Like, even the boring stuff, like you're talking about, that is there. I eat it up. I just eat it up. I'm like, yes, tell me more about how you made that ribbon and how it came to you.
And I mean, that's the thing. Like, any aspect of it can be really fascinating. Like, nothing is inherently boring. It depends. It depends on the people. Like, you could talk about, the wardrobe and all that, and some people might look and go, oh, you made a cloak. That's great. But, like, you get the right people to talk about it, and it sounds like fucking magic.
But my favorite was after the episode where the dragon just blew up the line of people with all the fire. And if you've been watching on HBO Now or Go, they have the after the show where they show you bits and pieces of what this is.
Yeah.
And the demolition guy was just like, yeah, we're blowing shit up. he didn't say that like that. But that's what I got from him. And he had like an accent or whatnot. But he was like, yeah, we're just blowing everything up. So we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we will get into some video game news. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and we'll see you all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and I think on break we both watched the Jeepers Creepers trailer. What'd you think of it?
It looked like I expected it to look, really. Like, it's
Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah. Because it's got the guy who was in the last one who was like, I'll wait, it's like, it'll happen again, so I'll be ready for it, blah, blah, blah. And, big surprise, it's going to happen again, and it does, and so he's got to stop it, and okay, cool, fine, whatever, like, that's cool.
I want to see a Blade vs. Jeepers Creepers movie. Give me that.
Yeah,
I'm on board. Aliens vs. Predators. Do it. But yeah, it looks great, looks fun. I'll see it for sure. Once it comes to VOD or whatever, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, or even if I just got to order it on cable, it's all good. I've been doing that a lot recently. Cable bill's gonna suck, but I'm like, well, it's not on anything else. I'm just gonna get it here.
Well, sometimes that's what you gotta do.
Yeah. I'll check every service because I'd rather sign up for a, $9.99 monthly thing for like Hulu or something if I don't have it, than pay $5 and get just the movie. But sometimes that's just what you got to do. Also on the break, I was watching Everybody's Golf, the Giant Bomb quick look, and it You said you played the, what was it, Hot Shot Golf or whatever?
Back when it used to be Hot Shot Golf. Yeah, it was on. I know it was on PlayStation. I don't know if it ever went to anything else back in the day, but it was fun. Like it almost looked like you were playing Amiibos back before we had Amiibos. Like they were.
Well, that's the thing they're talking about in this quick look, and like everyone others, like the kind of funny quick look, the giant bomb. They spend the entire time creating the character.
Yeah. Yeah, that
like,
sounds
all right,
about
I'm ready
right.
to play another game before we even start, because it's so detailed of what you can do, and yeah, they look like little cartoon avatar things.
Yeah,
yeah, and and they look just like the people that are doing the quick looks or whatever. It's scary, but it looks like a lot of fun. That's what I was watching, because their whole thing, like right out the bat, they're like, we don't like golf. Never played a day in our life. It's not our sport. It's nothing we're into. Golf is boring. That being said, this is fun, and so that's what got me interested, because I'm like, oh, that's like me. Like, I don't like golf. I've played it. I've played in some of those beautiful courses, thanks to a few friends here in Florida. Florida has some really nice golf courses. But the whole time I was goofing around like a child, like freaking Happy Gilmore or whatever. I was just, and we all were too. We were all having fun. We knew that it was, half of us there never golfed in our life. So the people who did golf knew that this was just going to be a shit show, drinking and playing golf and running around and taking pictures of turtles and stuff. It was on one of the Disney courses. It was really nice. And it was fun doing that, but I couldn't imagine taking it seriously.
Yeah, I can understand that. Like, I had been, my dad used to golf, and he would take me every once in a while. We had a course up in Maryland that was, it was fun. It was a golf course. And I just never really, like, I never really got into it. Now, I will mini golf with anybody. I will cut your throat at mini golf, man.
Mini golf's fun. That's fun. That's great.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you probably weren't able to drink with your dad too as a young kid doing it.
No, not at 5.
Right. Right. So yeah, that's what made it fun down here. Is like it got to the point where, like, because they had like a car. They had like a big giant cart that was running around with beer. Like, it was like a vehicle that was a bar, and it just kind of followed us because it knew we kept getting them. And it got to the point that people behind us were like, it was bad. Like, this was like a really, like, I imagine people paid, I don't know how expensive golf is to, like, if you go to, like, I don't know anything about golf, so like I don't know if it costs money, right, to go.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Oh, see, it was all just catered for us. Like, I felt like the entire time I'm like, I'm not the right person to enjoy this, but I can recognize that this is a big deal for someone who would be into golf.
Especially if it was a Disney course.
It was a Disney course,
Jesus.
Just top of the line. The people behind us looked like they were business owners, and they were getting mad because we were just goofing off, and we're just like, all right, we're just going to move on to the next one. I'll just take a whatever mark for it. Yeah. Everyone else there was taking themselves super serious, but we didn't care. It was beautiful. Like, it was so... I joked around about how majestic it was, and I swear to God, cross my heart, hope to die, a butterfly landed on our clubs while we were playing.
I believe it, sure.
That's how Disney this was. Yeah. And we joked about how Disney it was when that happened. We were like, did you see a butterfly's on my club? Like, this only happens at Walt Disney World. So, and there's animals roaming around, and we saw turtles and rabbits, all sorts of things. Yeah, it was fun. But yeah, no, it was beautiful. And so that's why, anyway, back to everybody's golf. I think someone on IGN, Elena Pierce, made the YouTube joke about it being called "What's Up, Everybody's Golf." That's all the YouTubers are gonna introduce it. So anyway, it looks like a lot of fun. It's on PlayStation 4. It might be on Vita. I don't know.
I think it is. I think it's a cross-buy.
Yeah, but it looks like a lot of fun. One of my buddies is playing it. He doesn't like golf, and he's like, dude, it's a ton of fun. It teaches you how to play it, and you just have fun with it. So I don't know. That might be one of those things I jump into. I don't know how much it is, though.
I can look real quick. I can pull up see, you can probably pull it up faster. I can't, but yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
like, I'm with you. Like, I'm not a golf person, but like, I will play golf video games. And some people think that's really weird, but like I I remember they had Jack Nicklaus Golf for the Super Nintendo, and I played that like crazy.
Oh yeah,
I played that constantly.
Well, you know what I got? My buddy gave me the beta for it for I don't know if it's the beta or the actual game for Steam called Mutant Football League.
Okay.
Have you heard of this?
No, I have not.
I think it used to be like an old school. I played it a long time ago. I think there was a cartoon about it.
Probably.
About like mutant football where it was like basically it's like Madden, but like you kill the players.
Okay.
Like you rip their heads off and their arms off. Yeah. Oh yeah. It came out 24 years ago, and they got a sequel.
Oh boy.
I'm pretty sure there was a cartoon show about this.
Okay.
Where they would rip their arms off, like it was nothing. I remember seeing that as a kid, and I was like, oh my god, he just ripped his tail off. On our break, I'll send you the little clip of it. But they made a PC game of it, so I downloaded that, and it looks just like football, but just like I'm like, this is my kind of football where you can like tear their heads off, rip their arms off, like go crazy because it's a bunch of monsters and skeletons and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it's football for the geeks, pretty much. So.
Okay, so Everybody's Golf is PS4 only, and it's $40.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw it was made by Japan Studios, so that's cool.
Yeah.
$40. That's not bad, dude. That's a great price.
I'm all right
with
Overwatch. Yeah, like I'm all right with like the 40, and like in 6 months it'll be on sale for like 25 or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then maybe in like a year or two it'll be on the PSN Plus games.
Yeah.
Which we got the list for September. Which are pretty good. We got Infamous Second Son. Now, a lot of my friends are saying that this was already on.
It's been free. It's been free before. Yeah.
Oh, really? So they're double dipping on it.
Yeah, it's been free. The expansion, like the $20 standalone DLC. What was it? Something light. Like
that was on it, but not this. Though,
yeah.
Right?
Second Son was on it too. Second Son was one of the first.
Really? Because I thought it was I knew it was one of the first games out.
It was a launch title, but then when they really kicked in the free games deal, which I know they did a little bit of, I think on PS3, I think.
Gotcha.
But like a year after it had come out, so this is 2 years ago, maybe 3
gotcha.
even. Like it's been free before.
Okay.
But it was it was a while ago, so I feel. I feel a little cheated by it that they're doing like, hey, you did this title already, and go to GameStop and get it for like $5 used. Like it's in the bargain bin now. If you really want it, it's cheap. So I think this is just lame.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's there for people who I guess never played it and weren't there.
Yeah,
when they did it. So
it's a good game. Don't get me wrong, I loved it, but like I've already got it. Like I got it free, so not crazy about that call.
Yeah, take your $20, get some get Sonic Mania, which is awesome. Windjammers is now on PSN, $15. Which looks like a lot of fun. But for the PS end games for September, the Infamous Second Son, the Strike Vector EX for PS4, Truck Racer PS3. What's that?
I don't
know.
Truck Racer. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna make a bold guess at this here. I think it's a game where you juggle chickens. I think.
What's the truck racing game that is like considered the worst game ever made?
It's something 18-wheeler. Oh yeah, and I've played it, and they're not wrong. It's
big rigs.
That's it.
Over the road racing.
That's it. It's it's so bad. Because the mechanics don't, like, the controls are so broken. Like it fundamentally doesn't work. It's not like, oh, this is a stupid concept. It's like, no, it's busted.
Like you just drive, they clip right through the buildings, and you could just drive to the left and keep going into where there's no game, like no models anymore.
Yep. Oh, it's
just open.
It's so bad.
Big rigs over the road racing for PC. 18 Wheels of Thunder. What if they made a movie out of that and it was awesome?
Oh man,
The best video game movie ever is Big Rigs over the road racing.
The bar isn't terribly high.
Wouldn't that be the most ironic thing ever?
Let's be honest. If they decided they wanted to do some kind of Cannonball Run remake based on that, I gotta be honest with you, it just might do it. It really might.
That would be fantastic.
And that would put so many companies would just close. They would just look at it, just not out of anything other than just like, you know what, fuck it, why even bother anymore?
Right, exactly. Oh yeah. And we got some of the other games. Is Handball 2016 for PS3. That's a game, Handball. Come on.
How many people say that about some of the other stuff? I mean,
2017. What number am I thinking? Come on. All right. We Are Doomed for PS Vita, cross-buy with PS4, and Hateful Boyfriend, PS Vita, cross-buy with PS4.
So, I mean, not a bad list. If you've never played Infamous Second Son, or you don't own it and you want to go back to it, never finished it, whatever, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. But I was one of those guys who was like, oh yeah, no, we've had this free before, so I'm just like,
Someone told me, it's crazy.
It was free before, and that sucks.
Yeah. I think they probably did that this month because everyone's going to be playing Destiny. What they should have done is said, Destiny 1 with all the expansions are PSN free this month.
I would have died if they had just been like, hey, you know what? The Taken King and back, or what came out after the Taken King? There was one more expansion.
There was a little thingy.
Or that, yeah, whatever the hell that was.
I think it was free. I don't even think you had to pay for it. If you had Taken King, you got it.
Okay. But like that, if they were like Taken King and like the Taken King edition of Destiny free for September, that would have been massive. Are you kidding me? That would have been fucking huge.
Yes, absolutely. It's like, here you go, download the game, so now you have the first one, because that game's going. My buddy went to GameStop to try to trade it in. They won't take it.
The Taken King?
The Taken King. They won't take the discs.
Why?
Because they don't think that it will sell. It's a dead game. It will be dead at once Destiny 2 comes out. There will be no reason to play it.
That's right, because it's all online server, all that. Oh, that's right.
It'll still be technically live, but no one's going to
going to play it. Yeah, that's... Oh, man. Yeah.
This is they talked about, we want to go the route of an MMO. Well, the thing with MMOs like World of Warcraft, when you got the Taken King expansion, the first part of it was still part of it.
Right.
If you started level 1, this is a sequel. They did the opposite of what they said they were going to do. The whole 10 years, same game. And it's honest. It's all because of what happened with the first one, and there was no story, and they changed everything up. And
I think they do that from here going forward.
Yeah, they would have to.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do. Like, no, these are our servers. This is our base. This is where we start. Okay, right. I'm all right with that. The first one, like up through the Taken King, as like, okay, this was our experiment. It's almost like it was kind of like a very large beta in a sense.
Well, I mean, a lot of the it was funny. A lot of the reviews, like for example, Polygon said Destiny 2's first 20 hours are so good, they make the original look like a bad game. It's Destiny without the bullshit.
There you go. Done. Sold. I'm in.
Yeah. So that's what I'm hearing, and that's what I'm reading, that it's everything they want it to be. It's everything you thought it was going to be in the first one, but made right. So yeah. And I'm an idiot. I double dipped. I got it for PC and PlayStation. I just wish it was cross save. I just my everything would kind of move over, but it's not. I don't want cross play, but I would love cross save. So I don't know. Yeah, that would have been a great PSN game. I imagine one day it will be, or a free-to-play game. Imagine if Bungie did that, if they teamed up with Sony and they were just like, we've teamed up with you guys. It's now free to play Destiny 1 if you get a PlayStation 4. You got a free game to play. That would get people to actually like maybe I remember when I was a kid, I got a video game at Christmas time and my birthday.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of kids out there with the same thing. We're adults with some disposable income, but as some disposable, I'd say, than asterisk. Yeah, but as a kid, you got one or two games. So imagine as a kid, you're like, I only can get a few games, but this is free, so I'll just get that and I'll spend my money on something else,
right?
Not Destiny related, because there'll still be people playing it. It's just it won't be as flooded like it used to be. Oh, all right. Well, we're gonna take a quick break. We got a lot of video game news still to talk about. Then we'll get into some Destiny topic before we end the show. But again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and we will see you guys all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and we went through the PSN games for the month. We'll jump into now the Nintendo Summer Showcase, the Nindies, as they call them. It's basically a lot of indie games for Nintendo.
Yeah, we've got, because a lot of them are kind of the same. Like there's a lot of platformers and a lot of I've got them down here as top down, but it's like that 3/4 camera look, kind of old school. Like I don't know what to call it. I don't know what the right term for him is.
Right. We got Super Meat Boy Forever, which looks cool. Have you ever played Super Meat Boy before?
Like 8 different versions of it. It's like the new Street Fighter II.
Yes, exactly. But it's perfect for the Switch. It's a game that you can play over and over and over again, and the difficulty goes up and up and up and up and up until you turn into like a crazy person, like blowing through it. That looks cool. Shovel Knight's getting its last expansion, which is the King of Cards, early 2018. It's a platformer and a card game. So there's a card game in it, kind of like how Gwent was in.
Yeah.
The Witcher. My mind just go blank. The Witcher, yes. Yeah. I was saying Shadows of Mordor. Which is another topic that's been going around about the new WB game that we can't get into this episode because there's not enough time, but there's been a lot of controversy with that. The Mom Hid My Game, late 2017, which is a puzzle game. Did you see this one?
Yeah, it's like a little point and click puzzle kind of thing. Like it's a Flash game, basically.
Yeah. It's you have to think of different ways to get like the game out of an alligator's mouth or something.
Yeah, it's like a virtual escape room kind of deal. They've been around as Flash games forever.
Right. Now this next game looked really interesting to me, and this is our second golf game of the show. Golf Story. Did you see this?
I did, and it did look like surprisingly interesting.
Yeah, it's like a golf RPG. Visually, it looks like Stardew Valley kind of with that like top down, pixel-esque, look. And it's like an RPG game, but like with golf, and like you're hitting golf balls, through the land of whatever, like like an RPG but with golf.
There's also disc golf at some point and mini golf at some point.
Yeah.
So I saw this and I was like, as soon as I heard they're like Golf Story, and I'm like, what in the hell is that? And then I watched the little trailer they had, and I was like, I want that. I actually do. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, that looked cool. They have Floor Kids breakdancing game.
Yeah, it's like they didn't show the mechanics of it or anything, but they did show like gameplay footage. I imagine it's probably a rhythm game, but it's actual it's breakdancing. I was like, okay, that's only like 35 years too late, but okay. Cool.
Oh yeah, exactly. Was it Wolver Blade? 2017 beat 'em up.
Yeah, it's kind of like a 3D-ish beat 'em up. It's not a side scroller. But it's set in like you're like old Britons, like I mean way back, like barbarian Britons, way back in the day. Wow. And it looked gorgeous. Like so very cool.
Yeah. Polybridge Holiday 2017, bridge builder game. I didn't see this one. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's like because this is another one that's like, oh, you've seen them online everywhere. It's like, here, build this bridge using these materials. I mean, it's pretty, but like, okay, cool. Like, I don't have a lot of interest in it.
Oh, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
I've seen like PewDiePie do this. Gotcha. Which I've been watching a lot of his videos because it's all been. Yeah, this is like. Yes, this is something Jack Spectacular or whatever, but they all did this like 2015. Because he's been watching a lot of PewDiePie because he's been doing PUBG streams for 4 hours a day every day. And so like I'll put that on in the background while I'm playing it to see how good they are. And he's like seriously good. I thought he was just a goofball YouTuber. Dude's seriously good at it.
Nice.
There's Kentucky Route Zero TV edition, early 2018. It's an art house game.
Yeah, it looked to me, it was in the vein of like Journey or all of those. Like, it's really pretty and you don't do a lot, but there's a beautiful story kind of thing.
Kentucky Route Zero to me just sounds like, I don't know, like a shooter, like I don't know. That's just it's a cool title. I love the title.
It's a great title, like I'm watching it and I'm like, this doesn't fit the title at all.
No, it doesn't. It sounds like a shooter in Kentucky where like you're running away from like, I don't know, people in the woods or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Earth Atlantis in the fall. Underwater side scroller.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of a shooter. I cannot think of the game that I want to equate it to, but it's like kind of it's a platformer with vehicles kind of thing. Like as soon as you see it, you're like, oh, that kind of game. I can't think of a good comparison right now.
Oh yeah, I've seen a game like that where I see it. Yeah, I can't think of it either. It's like a submarine game where you're shooting a bunch of things. Next Up Hero, early 2018, top-down beat 'em up.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay,
cool.
this one of these like looks kind of neat, but whatever.
Yeah. This game looks really cool. Steam World Dig 2, September 21st. It's a platformer. Yeah. So you probably played the first one before. This next one looked really awesome. The Malacca, early 2018, the open world one.
Yes, it was so beautiful, and it's open world. Like this looked just unreal. Like I'm happy for this. I've never heard of it. I still know, next to nothing about it, but damn, does it look sweet.
Yes, absolutely. Where did they say it took place? It was like the Sierra or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and you change into like a bird, and the art of it looked awesome.
Yeah, it did.
So yeah, that's coming out to early 2018. YOLO and the Celestial Elephants, October 12th, top-down platformer.
Yeah, looked more like a kid-friendly kind of platformer.
Oh yeah, Dragon Marked for Death Winter, old beat 'em up game.
Yeah, like it had that style, it like even down to like the health bars and the character names. It was like this was old school.
Oh yeah, Battle Chef Brigade, holiday 2017, which is a platformer puzzle cooking game.
This one jumped out to me because I was like, I don't know what the fuck kind of game this is, but it looks really awesome.
Right. Murphy's Law. Oh no, that's not Morpheus. Morpheus' Law. 4x4 multiplayer shooter.
Yeah, it's like a team shooter objective game. I was like, all right.
You
whatever.
like shoot their butt gets bigger. You shoot their heads get bigger.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Sausage Sports Club in fall. It's a party game.
Yep.
With I think dogs or something. Light Fingers, early 2018, turn-based multiplayer puzzle game.
It was interesting looking.
A magic game or something.
Yeah.
Light Fingers, early 2018, turn-based multiplayer puzzle game.
We just did that one.
Oh, whoops. 9 Parchments, holiday 2017, top-down beat 'em up.
Yeah. This
one had like mages or something in it, didn't it?
Yeah, it was kind of like Next Up Hero, like in presentation and stuff, but it looked a little more in depth. I was like, that's cool.
Yes. Oh yeah, and No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Again.
Yes, another No More Heroes game.
Yeah, I never played No More Heroes before. It looks very anime.
Oh, you've never played No More Heroes?
No.
Oh, so good. Heroes, was it No More Heroes, was it Reborn, I think, was out for PlayStation. I don't know. I think it was only PS3. I don't know if it might be one of the ones that's on PS Now, I hope.
It was on the Wii, I think.
Yeah, it started as a Wii game, and then it got like an HD plus kind of re-release on PlayStation. They're fun. It's a Suda 51 game, so you know it's going to be weird and kind of kooky. But fun. The mechanics were great. The story was just kind of wild and weird, and that's kind of what you sign up for. It's like, oh, this is sort of bonkers. It's just kind of it's absurd almost.
Okay.
But it's really good. I liked it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely be checking it out. Dude, I want everything on the Switch. Everything that I hear comes out, I'm like, yeah, I want it on the Switch. Is it coming on the Switch? Awesome. Someone made a Reddit page where it's like because everyone used to get their indie games on Steam. There's like a list that says what games are coming out on both Steam and Switch that are confirmed. So you can like, okay, I'm not going to get it on Steam. I'll get it on the Switch because that's the place to play it. Do it. Play in the bathroom, play in the living room, play in the bedroom. Awesome. We got some Super Street Fighter II news. Capcom is re-releasing games on special edition SNES cartridges. Cartridges will cost $100, and it will be either red, which is about 4,500 copies, or randomly selected glow-in-the-dark 1,000 copies. Rumored to be the only and the first of the series of Legacy cartridge collection.
Yeah.
First in the series, so... Ooh. Oh, and they also say if you put it in your Super Nintendo, it could catch fire, so be careful.
Oh, shit.
So there's a little asterisk there.
That's kind of important.
Is that it's not technically meant to be played in it, but it technically could be.
You could play this in your Super Nintendo, but if you also had a Ford Pinto, you're going to have similar results.
Yeah, it's a weird asterisk. They were talking about a giant bomb. They're like, that is... crazy to say.
Wow, okay.
So like this could catch your house on fire. But you know, the old Super Nintendos, man, they had that fire retardant stuff on it that was like it turns yellow now. So odds are your Super Nintendo looks yellow now in some spots because of it.
Yeah.
Certain models had that, but yeah, I guess because the tech is so old, you're putting it in such an old machine. They're like, careful, because this might catch it on fire.
Might it? No, and I'm sorry. I have to do this. I would hate myself if I didn't. Do you mean that if you played the new Street Fighter II, your Super Nintendo might catch on yoga fire?
Yes.
I know everybody wants to hit me for it right now, but I had to. I'm not sorry.
This is cool. This is something I might get because I love the game. I love Street Fighter. I would love a copy, even if it's just the red one. But the chance of getting the glow-in-dark one...
Well, you've got better than a 1 in 5 chance. So like,
yeah.
I'll take, or about a 1 in 5 chance. So I'd take it. Sure, what the hell?
Someone's going to order 5 of them and get 5 red ones.
I know, right? God, they're going to be so pissed.
Yeah, but for $100, it's a lot of money. But, you know, for a Super Street Fighter fan, that's... Come on. And our topic is we'll get into Destiny, but we'll probably have to save a lot of it for next week. Plus, we'll both, I think, you'll be getting your hands on it too, right?
Yeah, I got to call and see, because I'm pretty sure they're doing a midnight here, but I want to call and
go
find
all
out.
Digital with Destiny, man.
So
many expansions, come on.
But pre-orders, like I can incrementally do pre-orders. I can't. You give me a system where I can do that through the PS Store, where I can do give me that pre-order system where I can do 5 down and then just pay it off as I go. I'm in. I'll do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
but I can't.
I hear you.
That's the one thing really that's holding me back. That and storage, because damn, do games take up a lot of space.
Oh yeah.
But I would love to, because I know I'm gonna go up there and get the game and come home and it'll be like 2 a.m. before I can start playing because of the install and the updates and all that. I know that. Like I know
servers are even up.
Yeah, right.
And supposedly they're doing a great job worldwide, like Japan, Australia, all these other countries have got like servers are working, but you know when it comes to the States, it's going to be a fucking shit show.
This is the test. This is always the test because we play games in massive numbers.
And that's why. Did you know that's why it came out on Wednesday instead of Friday?
I believe
they were afraid that if they did it on the weekend, it would be way too many people doing it. That if they start on a Wednesday, it gives them time to ramp up to it. Because on Wednesday night they'll get an idea. Okay, we got a lot of people on. Thursday, Friday, okay, maybe a little bit less than opening, but it gives them an idea of what their servers need to look like by the weekend.
Yeah. But man,
I wish it was coming out on Tuesday. Honestly,
I was hoping it was going to come out today.
Yeah, I'm like, got the day off. Come on, do it.
Yeah.
And hopefully the storm doesn't knock out the power and
Right.
everything, destroy our.
That's why, like, as soon as I get it tonight, like, I'm coming back home and I'm like, all right, we're not watching anything. Just you go over there and do whatever. I gotta play this.
Yes, exactly. Oh yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna be doing that for the rest of the week. Make sure you add us, or you can add me. I don't know if Logan wants this out there, but you can add me on PlayStation. It's Addy Adam. So, and I'll play with you if anyone wants to. Just make sure you put in when you're adding me that you heard from We Geek podcast.
Yeah. I'm not much of a multiplayer guy. Like I play on my own schedule, really.
Yeah.
And that's just me. So I'm just, like when you had me as part of the Destiny group way back when, it was like, oh, come jump on and do this. And most of the time I was just kind of like, I really just don't want to.
Yeah, no, hey, I don't blame you. Everyone's different. Destiny is a weird animal. It's a very social game, but at the same time, you can spend hours just relaxing, shooting things.
Oh yeah, there were some times where that would be it, where it's like, oh, what do I have to do here? Oh, like hunt down 5 of these Vex, whatever. And I was like, all right, sure, what the hell, why not? Like it was oddly therapeutic, and maybe that's some kind of sign of disturbing, I don't know, but
right. No, I mean, from what I understand, the new one, like there's NPCs out in the world where you can get quests and stuff from. So It's not like the first one where you would go to one location and it would do this. Like there's actual things out in the world, which is going to be really cool. And the main social part of that game is usually like the end game stuff when it comes to raids and stuff that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you just want to solo, you can just jump into multiplayer and do a bunch of the maps. But when it comes to the raids, it's like you have to communicate. You have to say you're over here, you're guarding, you're doing this, you're blocking, you're whatever you're doing.
Well, and I mean also they're built for like 6 players. Like you physically can't do it without a full team.
Oh yeah. Well, technically a few people have soloed a raid.
Well, but I mean
which is insane.
And some of them, most of them are done for like have glitched some of them too.
Can I talk for 2 seconds?
Go.
And I won't go into it. I said something the other day to a friend. I was like, there's no way anyone's ever done everything in WoW. And I looked online, there's 2 people in the world that have gotten every achievement, which technically isn't doing everything, but that is insane.
That's madness.
That's crazy. Well, we're out of time. Our big topic next week will be Destiny, because we'll be talking a lot about Destiny 2. Hopefully you guys are getting your hands on it. Real fast, the Angry Birds company planning IPO worth $2 billion.
Are they? They're not that relevant anymore. Like,
yeah, they have like a new game out where I don't know. We say they're not relevant, but the app games make a stupid amount of money. Like
True.
Apps make freaking dumb amount of money.
And the movie has a sequel that they're working on, so fine.
The kids like the movie. It got good reviews for an animated movie.
Especially based on what it was based on, but I
Best
guess.
video game movie ever. There you go.
Look, you joke, but probably actually.
I kid. But we're out of time. Make sure you go to our iTunes, subscribe to us, of course. Make sure you give us a good review. Go to Twitter at We Geek Podcast, at The Logan Witt, at Adam Estep. We are 9 p.m. Every Wednesday on the in.fm, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Go to our Facebook group, and like I said, if you want to add me, I'll play some Destiny with you this week. It's Addy Adam. And on Twitch, my buddy, just_FL. Go and watch him. So we will be back next week, and we will be all Destiny. See you next week, Captain.